long intro, LOL. Alright, let's go.
Hey!
Welcome to Pints and Pistons. Four idiots drinking beer, talking shit about cars, because we got nothing else to do.
And we got a microphone.
Yep, and make sure, guys, to let us know of any problems with the stream. We got it working, obviously, if you're watching it. We've got it working on YouTube and Twitch again. We had to stream to Facebook. What's up, Allie?
Hi, Will.
What's up, Will?
What's up, Will?
How's everybody doing tonight? I hope you guys are all doing good. We're here to talk about...
Hey, it's
wait,
all good.
talk about...
Cars and beers and...
Wait, what did you say? Cars? Beer?
Cars and
We're
beer.
supposed to talk about stuff?
I thought we were doing Quaaludes.
Oh, man.
It's like you're new here.
Hold
or
on.
something.
Everybody pause everything. Where'd you find Quaaludes? Because I'm interested.
I don't know. I don't
They
even know
haven't
what
made
they
them
are.
since the 70s.
I just thought it was a fancy word to flow out.
It sounded good.
It sounded good.
Good luck.
Hey, have a good night at work, Will.
Take care, bud.
Thanks for
Yeah,
popping
bud.
in. Appreciate it, man.
That's what we always called the Honda Prelude, was the Quaalude.
The Quaalude. And now Prelude spent serious money.
Yeah.
Prices on all kind of...
All kinds of
actually-
cars
I'm-
are
I'm-
so great. That's
I'm
something.
actually kind of curious if what's going to happen to Ferraris in the 80s during Japanese economic bubble before it popped. 9/11 bubble from just 2 years ago, where all the air-cooled 911s went absolutely nuts. And kind of
Nuts.
cooled off a bit.
Yeah.
I'm kind
Get
of
it?
wondering.
They cooled
Yeah.
off a bit. Oh.
I'm kind of
Without
wondering,
radiators.
I'm kind of wondering where.
What's up?
Just what is the popping point of these 90s cars? I mean, because a lot of it's driven by, I mean, honestly, people my age that now couldn't buy one, just like the boomers before us and everything else. And also, they're just a Radwood Fest, that sort of thing. And the internet.
A lot of it's also being driven by the millennials. It's the millennials that are scooping these cars up right now. Because it's the cars they knew when they were kids
Playing
growing
video
up.
games.
I was playing video games when I was
And
10
then
years
also
old.
posters, but then it's also, family members that would talk about them.
Right.
And stuff like that.
Or
And
your
they-
older brother drove one.
Yeah,
or,
or
like
they
that.
really, really wanted one, and now it's one of those where it's the point where, hey, I remember, my older neighbor down the road, that was a couple of years older than me, in high school that always talked about this, introduced me to, this car, and now I can get it.
Right. It's now I have disposable income. I want to buy this car.
Right. And before we dive too deep into our own rabbit hole, I think, we obviously need to do that one thing we always forget to do at the beginning of the show and thank, all the people that do stuff for us and
Oh,
whatnot.
Oh, like
Yes.
Doodlebug.
Yes.
Doodlebug Dog Ranch.
Doodlebug Dog Ranch. Then we also like to give a big old shout out to Mr. Wayne and Miss Allie at Wrench
Wrench
Monkeys
Monkeys,
Automotive.
Which, by the way, guys, I know if you're watching on Twitch, you're obviously not seeing YouTube, but if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you guys go check out Wrench Monkeys Automotive. He's in the chat right now, or whoever's typing.
I think
It's
it's
either
Allie.
Wayne or Allie. They're in chat right now. Make sure you guys go check them out. We're gonna have our next event with them as well there, very, very,
Yep,
very soon.
October 25th.
October 25th.
But,
That's gonna be a
But
blast.
they also did just start their own YouTube channel too,
Yep.
so you get a whole bunch of behind the scenes shenanigans that happens at the shop on a daily basis.
Yep.
And trust me, it's a lot.
and everybody on Twitch, if you guys want to go find them on YouTube, it's literally Wrench Monkeys Automotive.
And even on Facebook, Wrench Monkeys Automotive on Facebook.
I am fluent in 6 million forms of communications. Even I have no idea what the fuck you just said.
Luncho, I don't know what you said, but hi.
Yes.
Anyway, if you guys want to go find them on YouTube, feel free to. Also, you can find us on YouTube. We have a bunch of other videos there as well, videos of the
we
events.
have like 80,
You forgot one.
What, in Facebook?
Chris, go.
Well, no, I wasn't
Yeah,
there yet.
yeah,
I was getting
yeah,
there.
we-
You
we-
good?
Well, you're kind of moving on from sponsors to us. You gotta,
Oh,
you
no,
gotta
well,
let them
Chris,
know, man.
you got Chris from Clutch Shift Go. You can find Clutch Shift Go on YouTube, Facebook,
Instagram.
any form of
Instagram.
internet, because there's a
Also his,
website, Instagram,
website,
clutchshiftgo.com. Amazing pictures, amazing stories about cars, and
Oh yeah, amazing
Awesome-
photographer, all that
awesome
stuff.
shirts and
Does our
decals.
shirts, our decals. Speaking of that, we also, guys, we have our shirts and decals for sale. Just hit us up on our Facebook or even message us on here. We can ship overseas.
Peep the
that might
decal
be a little
on the
bit
back of the
thing,
laptop.
but yes, yeah, peep the decal on the back of the thing. But just let us know. We got shirts available. We got decals available. Just let us know. Drop us a message. Right now, they're only $15 for a shirt, or they're $5 for a sticker. Well, not $5. Yeah, $5 for a sticker. Decal. That's what it is. And we can do packages
To be
too.
honest, the rest of the world just got some stickers.
And they're not like low quality shitty shirts. Like we have run these things through their rounds.
Yeah, for
and
over a year.
And they're still
Yeah,
really comfy.
Yeah, the shirts are comfortable and they're holding up really well.
Yeah, like the design's still here, and it's not like some nasty tag in the back or itchy and whatnot. Duwow is good. Good. I'm glad
Okay,
Duwow is good. Thank you.
Good is good.
Duwow.
Wow.
Duwow.
We're probably saying
Has
something
anybody
horrible.
ever gone as far as to try to do more to look more like?
Stuff.
Hey, Chris, tell us about your non-alcoholic beer you're drinking.
What does it need to make it good,
I'm
Chris?
drinking some ginger beer right now.
No, it's
And
ginger ale.
It needs whiskey. This non-alcoholic beverage needs alcohol.
Well,
No, it needs that Jameson we tried a little bit earlier.
I
That
told you
shit
that
is
shit was
amazing.
Dude, that Jameson.
Like
oh my
that
God.
over the rocks with that whiskey, and it would be that Jameson would be
Ooh,
perfect.
yes, it would.
I just can't drink whiskey.
I know,
Makes me sad.
but that's just
Shit is good.
good. So do we want to dive into our first beer?
Yeah,
I'm game.
always.
Come on, beer wench, get us some beer.
We don't need glasses. That's too much stuff for me to wash later. Is that okay?
Hard to see the color. Breaking our norm.
Okay. All right, Dad.
Thank you.
Pro tip, they're not actually related.
Also, look at this awesome gecko.
Don't let Lemmy see that. He will throw the screen down getting after that.
No, he already
What
sees
are
it.
we talking about
If,
tonight?
hey, if you look, hold on, Lemmy's already got eye contact on it.
Oh shit, Lemmy sees it big time.
Yeah.
Lemmy is a giant ass dog that weighs as much as Mike that loves to
Actually,
chase
no, I
lemons.
got about 30. We're also gonna do glasses.
I still love that meme I said. Group B driver. So how many
Sorry,
horsepower
he's-
are our
he
cars
sees the
allowed to
gecko,
have?
so-
President of the FIA. Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Sorry, you gotta be
And that was talking about that Group B rally and Can-Am were two of the most batshit crazy racing series ever.
Anytime you give unlimited budgets to manufacturers and tell them you are allowed to spend all the money you want, you have no horsepower
Holy
limitations, have a ball.
Came prepared to school.
The manufacturers are just going to say, well, I'm going to buy my way onto a podium.
We're doing pretty good. Thank you for asking. And yes, Instagram, you can find it's one of our supporters. Actually, multiple. Wrench Monkeys has Instagram as well.
Alright.
Does it smell good?
Damn.
It looked appealing, and they had multiple different types.
It's always hard to just what's it gonna look like through the green bottle.
Yeah, I really want to know.
This is Spaten.
I'm
Premium
assuming it's going to
lager.
be like a yellow lager.
It's very pale.
Wow.
Would it be Spaten?
Spaten?
There's no R.
Spaten.
Cotton?
Spaten? Oop.
This is $13.97.
God damn, that's older than Brian.
Whoa! Damn, that smells like a really
Wow.
that's an extreme lager.
Look how clear that is.
I know,
know.
but it
Smells amazing.
Really
Like,
Let me wax
good.
this off.
That almost has a Pilsner clarity
Yeah.
to it.
It does.
I just really love the smell. Like,
Shut the
it's
fuck
one
up.
of
Look
those-
at it. Hold on. Shut the fuck up. Look at this.
Imported by Import Brands Alliance, St. Louis, Missouri. So it's from Anheuser-Busch.
Look at us. That looks more like a pilsner than a lager.
Well, no,
Dude, if you
but-
would have asked us that 2 years ago, we'd have been like, it's beer. It's
No,
beer.
Hey, look, it's clear.
Hold on, my thing is really quick is just the smell of it. Okay, when you're a kid, like a little kid, like still in single
Am I the
digits.
only one that's catching like a?
Look where it comes in.
I saw that.
Yeah, St.
Louis,
Louis.
Missouri, so
It's-
it's probably coming through Anheuser-Busch.
It's just one of those that. This is what, as a kid,
Is
I
there-
imagine beer
Is
to
there any
smell like.
description
Yes.
or anything on it?
No,
Like,
no,
this
I
is
love
that-
how their
that
little
large
crest is a
flagon
shovel.
of beer right here.
And their little crest is a shovel. I like that.
Like, this is what they serve in large flagons with the little topper on it.
All right, you guys ready?
Now I want one of those.
It just reminds me of High Life.
Oh, that's wow.
Hey,
That's clean.
that's something right there.
Mhm. And quick to the point and gone. I kind of like
It's
that.
nice. It's
Refreshing.
refreshing.
You know
it's
what
not.
it is? It's a good. We're all sitting together drinking beer.
It's not overt. It's very subtle. It's like, hey, I'm a beer. I'm not gonna kick you in the face, but I am a beer.
This is as smooth and clean as it looks in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Agreed. Wow. I love that. I don't know how to describe that feeling you get in your mouth. It's almost like the finishing edge of like honey, not honey maybe, but it's like the feeling of it, you know? Just the smoothness. It just leaves a certain feeling. It's just kind of pleasant, you know?
It kind of coats your mouth.
Now like soda. Not exactly soda.
It,
Gotta go along with that.
This
okay, no, the cleanness of it is like, you know, when you get one of those really fancy waters, like core water or something like
Yeah.
that.
There
it
you
has
go.
all the
That's what I'm
electrolytes
looking
and all
for.
that in there, and you know, water's water. It refreshes you. But you get one of those that has the minerals for extra taste and all that, and you're like, wow, that was like really good water. This is really good, refreshing beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're
It's like
Not,
that.
and not the
Are
water.
you saying that it has electrolytes? Because that's what a body needs.
Yes.
Let's find out.
And this is a great warm weather beer. Like, this is so refreshing
Yeah,
and
it really
cool and
is.
crisp.
Especially, I mean, here in Florida with the weather we're having right now.
And hey, and a respectable 5.2% as well. But yeah, this is like one of those like Sunday when I'm gonna do all my yard work and shit. Like I would like this is so refreshing. I just feel like I could drink this and stay hydrated.
And a hint of sweetness to it.
I know, yeah, at the end, right?
Yeah.
The little
No, like right in the middle, there's
Right in the
that
middle?
hint of
It's there.
sweetness.
It's-
It's just
It's
bang.
just
It's
like
like
a little drop of honey.
it's almost like a toned down
Alley
cider.
core water.
It's
Yeah,
almost like a
Alley,
toned
it's
down
like the core
cider.
water.
Almost.
You're like, wow.
It almost has a cider-esque kind of vibe.
Dude, I got it,
Very
I got
crisp, refreshing.
All right, try to hit it with the tip of your tongue and let it sit in your mouth for a second. Like, not hard waft, but slight waft. You get a very small hint of like a cidery flavor. The crispness of it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I like that. That's very
There's
interesting.
a lot
You
going
know-
on
They
here.
have more than
Hey.
one. There's more than one different kind of spaten or spaten or
You
whatever.
know what this would pair really nice with? And I always say this, and I say it the same thing with Miller High Life. A pear. You slice the
Oh,
pear, you eat
dude,
this with the
I
pear.
could launch a chunk of a pear in my mouth with a little bit residual pear juiceness
Yep.
and take a sip of that.
This would go for not an apple. Apple would be too sweet, but like a pear has just that little bit of a sweetness. But
Pear.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
snap! A pear with
Look at
a little
us.
bit of crushed
We
kosher
are being
salt.
No, hold
fancy.
on.
We're being way
Your
too.
coleslaw
Oh shit!
done up with pear ground up in it.
Oh shit!
With this.
No, 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 no.
I know where you're going.
I'm not trying to sully your coleslaw.
No, you
I
are
am
trying
saying,
to make his coleslaw too white.
Okay, but no, this.
like,
but here's,
there's something that, like, that
here's my
coleslaw.
No,
coleslaw.
I'm
Maybe
leveling-
your
mayonnaise on
coleslaw
it.
would go really well
I'm
with this
leveling
either
with
way.
him. Little chunks of pears, not overbearing.
Okay,
just
well,
like
here's the thing. There's the barbecue place here, and they put green apples in their coleslaw. It's not offensive. It's just weird.
Yeah,
And I'm thinking if you start putting pears in coleslaw, it just gets weird.
yeah. Maybe on
Well,
the
you know what?
side,
You-
and maybe put like have everybody do it themselves.
Or
type
just
deal.
straight up your coleslaw with this beer would go.
that too.
But a nice brat,
Well,
your coleslaw, and this beer would be perfect.
Brought with a beer boiled and then grilled, brought with my coleslaw on it.
Top of it.
Oh my
How do you
god,
think?
I'm looking at it in my head right now. Dude, a fat
See,
brat
I'm
with your
still hungry,
coleslaw in there
so
with
all I
this
can
sitting
think
next
about
to
is
it.
food right now.
Oh man, dude, could you imagine crisping off a chunk fat bite of that? And just
But I'm talking a proper brat without all the crazy nitrates and shit in it.
Yeah.
no.
But with a proper casing on it, so
Yeah.
that when you bite it,
Snap.
you get that nice little snap plus the coleslaw. Yeah, I think we're onto something.
Well, welcome to Culinary Nights at
You know,
Pints and
I think
Pistons.
we're gonna do like those other YouTubers do, except we're not like famous yet. We're gonna make a second YouTube channel. We're gonna do Pints and Pistons Culinary.
Honestly, that would probably be the channel, and this would end up being the
You're
second
right.
channel.
You're right.
Hey,
though.
you know what we'll call it? Brews and Chews.
My God.
Copyright that shit now.
Now. Brews and chews. Yes.
Hold on, I'll start the channel.
We'll
I'll register it on YouTube right
all
now.
be fucked up on the back porch with a grill in the background. Be like, hey guys, watch this shit.
Well, I mean, between all of us, I mean, we've got charcoal grills, we've got gas grills, we have an offset smoker.
Hell, at that point, we'll have to add a fifth member, and that will be Walina. We can't have a cooking show without Walina on it.
I cooked that fucking 4-pound steak last week. That thing was a fucking monster.
What cut was it?
God damn, was that delicious drinking Guinness with that thing. Big fat fucking slices.
Okay, I showed you this the other night. 19. Did that?
Yes.
That was
You
right
better
afterwards.
not be showing food porn without us.
Okay.
Oh.
Sorry,
Is that a
guys.
pork
We,
chop?
we're,
Yeah.
we're letting our
That's
stomachs
what my
get ahead
pan
of
looked
us.
like right afterwards. Like one pass with a wooden scraper, rinsed and wiped out.
Nice.
Dude,
That's what I've
I
got
need
in
to
that
get a
thing too.
skillet. You need to go back though. I gotta look at the pork real quick because that looked amazing.
Oh, that's a perfect crisp on it.
Oh
That is
my
a-
god!
that is-
What'd you do? What'd you rub it with?
That's just salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, mustard powder.
I gotta try with mustard powder.
No,
I hadn't thought of that.
Hey,
I
did we do 3 minutes, finish off in the oven?
No. This one, what I did here was I basically I heated my pan up for about 10 minutes. There's cast iron on
Yeah,
on medium low.
Yeah, you got. That's the thing.
Basically-
It does horrible. Like it's horribly
And-
uneven, but once it gets its heat, it stays.
Well, no, because the thing about cast iron that I've learned, and it has happened to this pan before I got it. As soon as I put it on my glass top, I noticed it was a spinner, so it's got a little warp on the bottom. And at some point in the pan's life, it was heated too fast, too quick. Too hot, too quick. And so the bottom was expanding, but the sides didn't have any heat in them, so expansion has to go somewhere. It gave it away.
An overinflated tire.
So it gave it away. So, still in cold water.
I know. I'm
So-
just making sure. Sorry, guys. I'm seeing if we lost any viewers.
Cars will come, I'm
Just,
serious.
sorry. Bear with us for a second.
Yeah.
Brian's giving you some
And,
tips.
and if you're
So-
new here, this is kind of like what we do.
It
Just
is
go
what we
off.
do. It is what we do. We go on tangents. So anyway, so medium-low heat. Now it basically takes about 10 minutes until the handle starts to get hot. And at that point, I know the sides are hot. Everything's hot. Back my heat off a little bit. Nice little dose of oil. Throw my pork chop in. My pork chop's been sitting out for a little over an hour to come up to room temperature and everything else. Let it go. Sometimes I'll put a small weight on it because sometimes a pork chop wants to cup and will only cook around the edges, so I'll put a weight on it. Flip it over and literally just take a pie pan, throw it on top of it. So I kind of get a little steam oven thing going on for another 6 or 7 minutes. Full temp 160. Let it rest 4 or 5 minutes. Let it kind of do its thing.
Guys,
and
that
center-
is the number one rule.
and center-
Always let the meat rest.
And I
before you
always
cut
go
it.
with somewhat, not like massively thick cut, but probably 3/4 of an inch.
Yeah.
Center cut rib chops. Always look for the ones that have the white meat by the bone and the darker meat around the edge, because that's so much flavor going.
Alright. I don't know if you guys saw it as I posted a picture on Facebook. I'll show you if you didn't, but I'll show you this fucking steak. It was 3.5 inches thick too, 4 pounds.
Is that a giant sirloin?
Yeah. I don't know if you saw that, but
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, by the way, Publix says New York strips on sale for $7.99 a pan.
I know they had this was on sale at Publix. That's what I got, and oh my god, did that come out so good! And the dogs were so spoiled. I gave them some of it too, but that was one of those like I had that with a Guinness, like just taking a bite of the steak and just like kind of sloshing it around, and then just taking a swig of the Guinness.
Speaking of steak, ribeye.
Oh,
Yeah.
I need a skillet. I don't have a skillet.
You don't have a cast iron skillet?
Oh, God, that's
you
the
gotta
best
have
thing
one.
ever.
I do.
The older, the better.
Okay, here's the thing. Like, you can go to, and there's some people on the interwebs that
Okay,
give
after
Lodge
this,
cook.
we really have to get on the cars over
We
here.
will. They give Lodge cookware a bunch of shit because they hate Lodge or whatever. 100 plus year old company, American made, American materials, and the fact that you can go to Walmart, Costco, Tractor Supply, anywhere and
They
pick
even
these
sell
things
them
up.
at Rural King.
Rural King or whatever, and pick up a pan for $30 that will last long enough for your grandkids to sell at the estate sale.
Right.
There's a whole lot to like about there. The only downside is their surface finish is really rough because there are some new companies like Stargazer and Field that do that, but those pans are hella expensive. Or you can go to thrift shops or yard sales.
That's what we do.
I love that you're very knowledgeable in the skillet pans and the manufacturers.
You know how he's become of that? Because of Wolina.
Lena started it, and then I decided I wanted one, and I remember, wait a minute, I know my grandmother had some. Dad's aunt had some of these things. My aunt's got to have them. Sure enough, she does have some of them, so she brought me this Wagnerware, and looking at the logos and the markings on it, this thing dates from 1922 or 1923.
That's awesome.
It's one
And
of
those
those
old
that,
pans Or milled smooth
Yes.
inside.
That pan, Wolina and Wolina's mom, the other cripple, want to fight him for it.
They do.
Like, Wolina's mom was full on about to get up out of her wheelchair to kick his ass to get the pan from us.
Yeah, she
Her,
yeah.
like-
Yeah, they were both like, "Hey, Brian, we love you. We really need that pan." I'm like, "Nope, nope."
So-
nope, nope.
Nah,
You know what?
And,
And
it's all fun and games until Aunt Coop comes at you with a crutch, too.
I think it's perfect that we're talking about.
Unfortunately, I have arms of my own. I'm good. It cripple fight.
Exactly.
We go some car things now.
I was gonna say.
Mazda.
Yes.
Well, I was gonna say. Speaking about food and stuff, I wanted to talk about Doritos.
Ah, yes, metal
So-
Doritos.
Yes, Metal Doritos. Mazda has 100% confirmed the return of the rotary. Everybody's like,
As a
yeah,
hybrid
woo!"
electric range extender in a glorified CX-8 jacked up station wagon.
So
Or RX-8 station wagon.
it's basically the rotary isn't doing anything.
It's
Except
driving
for
a
that.
generator.
It's
Yes.
charging batteries.
You know,
However,
you know what the saddest thing to know about this is, though, is that whole time they've been driving that fucking RX-8 around Nürburgring was for that.
yeah,
And honestly, like, to think about it, like, because, you know, there's no actual footage, just pictures. Those guys were probably just fucking cruising at like 50 with the cruise control on the whole time. Like,
but actually, I mean, I can kind of see why they were doing that because that's a 14.7 mile course with elevation changes in terms of acceleration, deceleration,
That
and
is
everything.
basic,
And you know what?
It's the best thing
To a-
for real world equivalents.
But not just
Yeah.
that. It's like rotaries are horribly inefficient.
terribly.
Terribly inefficient. So if they can actually figure out how to make a rotary fuel efficient and compliant with current or upcoming emission standards, that actually takes
You know-
some engineering badassery going on.
And you know, like I was talking about, I don't know how many episodes ago, but remember when I was talking about how the patent that got leaked?
yeah.
I was looking at the patent
I
and
think
the
that was like a month or two ago.
yeah, the sides of the rotors actually had like variable chambers on them that looked like if you were to shift timing, they would shift compression. That makes sense now, especially for
Well,
that
it is-
application.
well, I mean, it
If that
is-
is actually what it would be doing, it makes sense.
I mean, wasn't there some talk or a patent of a active version of a rotary engine?
Well, and that was it. But like, it wasn't. You know, we're all basing shit off schematics, and all of
Yeah.
us are making theories and shit. And the general theory. That
I like
has
how
got-
he calls our wild ass, uninformed guesses theories. Makes us sound so much better than we are.
Well, I mean, don't get me started. Anyway, yeah. So, I'm really curious to see how that goes. I personally think that MX-30 is fucking awesome, and to me, it seems like a modern MX-3. And being somebody that's owned an MX-3 before, I'm really
gotta read
excited. But at the same time, when I
read
read
it.
the beginning of the article that said like Mazda confirmed the return of the rotary, I wasn't getting myself hyped up thinking like, oh, we're gonna have another RX. I knew it was gonna be used in an application of this sort.
Well, but when you look at it with the little flip out rear doors and everything, it's an RX-8 that's been turned into a jacked up station wagon.
Yeah, and you know, for all we know, they're gonna have like a fucking engine only mode or some performance antic kind of shit with it. But
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Yeah.
And if
I must concur with our other colleague here.
well, here's my thing. Here's my big thing. If a Mazda 3 is $40 grand, how much is that gonna be?
Oh, it's going to be expensive as fuck. There may be some tax credits or some type of credits
Can we
going
put
on.
an
federal.
asterisk on that because Mazda 3 with the turbo and all drive.
We'll put an asterisk on it. All right, but
You're looking at top of the line at that point.
I'm
That's
still
like saying that a Mustang's 60,000. Oh yes, to 100 that. But if you want a base
Actually, I
model,
mean, even a base model GT is 35 grand.
well, yeah, but no, I'm talking about even like you know what I'm talking about, top of the line shit. Anyway,
genuinely, I'm
I
still
mean, fuck,
interested.
the top of the line EcoBoost is pushing 40.
okay, well, Brian, stop fucking ruining my shit.
Still,
Heaven forbid, a little.
but like I said earlier, I'm predicting a
I
very
weigh
small,
more than you.
No, you don't.
very
Yes, I do.
small
What do you weigh?
rotary.
Up to 140.
I got you by 2.5 pounds.
Fuck you.
Fucking Beetle
And I'm missing a leg.
coming crashing
you.
in.
Taller and heavier.
Wow, that's saying something. And missing a leg. That's like a lot. That's a lot of mass.
But I've gained a
You're obviously
Yeah,
not
it's all
doing
your
fucking
gut.
good enough.
I know, so.
But on, me too. It's okay.
Just better center of gravity.
Dude, no, seriously.
Dude, I believe me, I hopped on the scale the other day because I was feeling it. I was
Did the scale go ouch?
It did, dude. I was sitting at work and I had one of those feelings like, damn, my tummy is like, I'm having a harder time sitting like this. Like, and I hopped on the scale and I was like, it was like, what's his name? Gabriel Iglesias. I did one of those, damn! Yeah, I did one of those.
Yeah, when I went to the doctor the other day to get a refill on my blood pressure medicine, and that, she's like, "Gain weight, Mike. Thanks to."
Dude, I was like, the tax guy, he was looking at my shit and he's like, I've noticed a substantial change in your pay over the past few years. And I'm like, thanks, buddy. Like, thanks for that. I know.
Anyway,
Thanks
back
for
to
pointing
cars.
out the
Sorry.
obvious.
All right,
Yeah,
I
back
have
to
a bit of
cars.
news.
What?
So we're done with the Mazda, right? So I have a little bit of Bronco news.
Ah.
Is it the Sasquatch or is it something
No.
else?
Well, we
No, we
talked
did
about
talk
that
about
last
that.
We
time.
did, and that's what I thought. So like,
No, I have some other Bronco news.
I know.
Okay,
Let's go.
This is where this is where the plot thickens. This is where things get interesting.
Are we about to throw hot
Okay.
sauce? Hot
Hey,
sauce?
we got
All
one
right.
person watching, guys.
So
Woohoo!
last year,
It's not accurate.
the Ford F-150 was the best-selling pickup truck in the world.
Let me
It's
guess.
the best-selling vehicle in the world.
Best-selling vehicle in the world, and they manufactured 980,000 of them, roughly.
Damn.
Almost a million. That's fucking.
That-
They
that's-
almost made a
that's
million of
crazy.
those trucks.
That's fucking
in a
nuts.
year. That's a lot. That's a huge undertaking for
I mean,
any.
you
Now
gotta-
that counts all of them. That counts F-150,
Yeah,
250,
but
350,
still,
450.
like at that point, you gotta think. You know, the Mustang within. You know, how long did it take for him to hit the million mark? It was 2 years, 2 or 3 years afterwards.
Yeah.
And that for them to do that in almost in
So-
one production year.
So this is
Yeah.
why I bring this up. The Bronco. This is why I bring this up in relation to the Bronco. So pre-orders are live.
They're actually filling orders for the people who reserved first. Like 75,000 of the registered or
Yeah,
like
you
that.
can, if you go on and reserve, the reservations are live. You can pay $100, reserve your spot.
and they've pretty much
Are-
sold them all
hold
out.
on. At that point, my question is, hold on, before you go even further, I just want to know when you do that, when you pay your $100 in that, are you at that point? Are you selecting what you want in the
No.
Bronco at that point? That's just
You're
saying,
reserving a build spot.
Okay, and then you
So
get
and
it.
then you come into the dealer, and you sit down with a Bronco specialist, and they custom build your Bronco, and you order it at that point.
Oh,
That was an
okay.
excellent question,
Well,
actually.
no, because that's what I was wondering. Because
Yeah.
like,
So the
when you do your
reservation
reserve deal,
is you're reserving.
You're
a
just
your
spot.
locking a
spot.
Bronco.
and
You're
then-
locking in a Bronco.
And so
Fair enough.
basically, at that point, then they go, okay, coming at this date, yada yada yada. We can down and. Then you-
That's kind of cool. It's like I don't have to be that guy like getting like the fucking super limited like run of Broncos or something. Like I can just reserve a Bronco however I want
Yeah.
for $100. Doesn't matter if I'm reserving a
Launch
base
edition or
model
whatever.
or a launch
Okay,
edition
yeah,
or what.
So sorry, Chris. That's one thing that I
That
just wanted to
well,
clarify.
that was actually like a really good question. That was almost like fucking
I know what
like
I'm talking
professional.
about.
That was almost professional
Well, let-
like consumer information.
Okay,
Question.
let's
That's why I'm
let
asking
Chris
the
finish
Yes,
up, and then I
yes.
have
So-
an observation about this.
As of right now, the rumor is won't see a Bronco on a dealership floor until probably 2023.
Wow.
Because the reservations, they're
All right.
selling
The-
out. They're selling out the
The
run.
the manufacturing quota for 2021 and 2022
Is already full.
is full. Possibly into 2023.
You know, honestly, that's awesome, but that's a slight whoops.
No,
Just-
it's not.
Good for you, Ford.
That is
because that
Ford.
is
That's amazing.
That is
guaranteed
Ford.
sales.
That is Ford reading the market, making something people want, and it proving out.
because at
Because
that point,
people are saying, "I'm gonna buy this
at
Bronco."
that point,
Yeah.
Dan, you know what that means? Like the fact that it won't be sitting on the showroom floor. It's not sitting on the showroom floor.
With a $20,000 price adjustment. on
every
it.
single one already has a buyer for it.
But
Right.
am
It's
I?
money in the bank.
But out of all those people, am I really gonna wait 3 years for one?
Oh, there's going to be some flipping going on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's
my.
like
This will
with
be
the
like
CS.
Xbox 360.
Oh no no
release.
no
No,
no
no,
no!
it'll
This
be
will
like
be
the
this will be
C8.
like this will be even worse than C8s. This will be like GT3 and RS and stuff like that territory where people are literally
selling their spots.
their allocations.
Nope.
Or don't let you, do they? Nice.
Don't
That's
you
pretty
remember
cool.
with the 4GT, John Cena got fucking sued
Oh,
for
yeah.
selling his?
Oh,
'cause
no,
he
believe
didn't
me.
have
And
it
I
for
remember
years.
running into the guy who owned one. He's like, yeah, I can't sell this thing for 2 years. He said, not
know,
even thinking about it.
But you know what? I'll get back to the Bronco observation in a second. But the John Cena GT, that thing's turned hands like 3 or 4 times since then, and it's got hardly any miles. What a sad, sad fate for such a car.
Well, see,
Seriously.
well,
If
my
you
wife-
have John Cena's Ford GT, you should send it to me because it only has 2 pedals, and I promise you, I will drive the absolute fucking shit out of it, and I will let these guys drive the shit out of
see,
it too.
I do gotta
We will
say,
ruin that car
I
so
gotta
hard.
say one thing on that though. I'm pretty sure that when he sold it for charity. I really think.
It does not matter.
Does
though.
not
I know,
Still.
but what I'm saying is he wasn't
but
just
it's still-
selling it to make money
yeah,
because
but the
he
cars
really.
had 4 owners, only 600 miles on
Okay,
it.
well, I'm just
That's
talking
sad.
about with him selling.
Yeah, Ford
his-
doesn't give a shit.
Well, yes, but I'm just saying it wasn't just a thing for him. Money, he did that for a charity thing, which is a lot of charity stuff good for
Yeah,
him.
but-
But I'm just, you understand what I'm coming from on that point.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm gotta grab something here. That's the number of shits Ford gives about whether it's charity.
Oh my god, I gotta go
But
pee.
anyways,
I have
so-
to pee,
Hey,
but
get,
I'm
hey,
gonna
get,
Bronco
that.
hold on, get me
So-
some aloe on your way out, because
Yeah,
that
make sure
fucking
to do that.
burns.
So anyway, so my observation on this whole reservation thing is, why do I need to go to the dealership, put the order together for my reserved Bronco? Well, if
Chris,
I can
this
go,
is where your sales training is coming in.
well, I mean, you having a dealership, if I can just go online and reserve my Bronco spot, why can't I just go online and configure it along with my reservation and say, yeah, this is where I'd like to pick it up?
Do you have
the
to go?
configurator is live.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, why can't I just, okay, if I can go online, Ford's website,
Well, it has to have a dealership to take delivery. That's what I mean.
okay, but why do I have to go to a dealership to do anything else?
Can't you just go
Why can't
through
I just-
the configurator, do your thing, and say? send it
But
to
no,
this
when you go to
dealership?
do the contract, when you go to sign the paperwork for the car, you have to go to the dealership for that.
Yeah, but why do I have to go to the dealership to put my order in?
You can do it over the phone with the dealership. That dealer, whatever dealer that order gets assigned to, that's the dealer that handles that order. However they decide to handle it. If they want to do it over the phone, have you come in.
Yeah, but why can't the dealer just be a point of pickup and title transfer?
It is.
But that be the only interaction with the dealer?
I believe that. I don't quote me on this, but I believe that's how it's set up.
No, I should be able to like literally go on Ford's website. Okay, here's my $100. Here's my reserved build spot. Here's my Bronco specs. Let me know when it's being delivered.
And that's essentially how it's going. We're calling people on the reservation list and going, hey, we got your reservation. When it comes time for you to get it set up for the actual ordering process, we'll be in contact with you.
Yeah, that's the part that I'm talking about. Why do I have to sit down with a
I don't
dealership?
think y'all are connecting on.
He's
on
con- he-
brainwaves. I'm connecting.
He's
on it.
connecting with me. Because, I mean, it's almost like a biological thing.
Yeah, but I don't think y'all are connecting on brainwaves points.
I shouldn't have to go to the dealership. If I can reserve it on Ford's website directly with the manufacturer, I should be able to just.
But that reservation isn't
Place.
on Ford's website. It's on the dealership websites as well. It all connects to the same hub.
Yeah, but
We're working off that same hub. The
I
dealership
literally
is,
would like to just kind of bypass the dealer.
do that.
Yeah, that's kind of where I would like.
You know, that kind of actually touches on what you were talking about earlier about how the dealership whole thing is dying.
Yeah. The dealership model needs to be
Needs to be reconstructed.
reconstructed,
For sure.
revamped a little.
Yeah.
Dealers Association that pester our Congress critters. Higher. With hot pokers in there.
So should the people that installed the fans at my place of employment.
And part of it depends on the dealership. You know, not all dealerships run on the old line. Have we?
Have we? It
We
looks
just
new.
had Big Storm's Oktoberfest.
I know, but tropical pressure.
I
Pressure.
don't recall that one.
Hibiscus flower. Yep.
No. We've had hibiscus beer before, but I'm like 99.99% certain we have not
Yeah,
had
we
that
didn't
one.
have that for hibiscus.
Yeah, the only thing I can say is that does not look familiar to me. That might have occurred.
Hibiscus cinnamon tropical.
Did you say hibiscus cinnamon tropical?
A highly drinkable Florida
Yes,
ale
we've
steeped
had
with
this.
hibiscus flower. Have we had this?
I think.
I don't know. The only one I remember having any kind of cinnamon was that Genji, the Brewing Genji. That was
Yeah,
horrible.
and that might be what you're thinking of. We'll
Maybe.
find out. I don't know.
Maybe. I'm not saying it's a
I
bad
know.
thing because you know what? Half the time I don't remember what the fuck
Yeah,
we've
we'll just
had.
fucking try it again.
Yeah, I'm hoping I like it because cinnamon. You know, I'm not good with that. Hibiscus cinnamon tropical. This does not. I like hibiscus and tropical sound amazing together, but
Definitely smell the hibiscus.
keep and serve cold as hail.
I smell the hibiscus and I actually smell a little bit of cinnamon.
I didn't smell. Like
Yeah, I can smell a touch.
It's got
Really,
nice color.
it's really floral smelling though. It smells a lot like hibiscus.
Alright, so a highly drinkable Florida ale steeped with hibiscus flowers for the perfect amount of natural sweetness. The color of tropic pressure has been kissed by the sun. The nose smells of a village lost in paradise. Blossoming flowers, honeysuckle, and freshly baked island bread cooling on the windowsill. Close your eyes and you can almost feel the breeze and hear the ocean. We have had this one, I think.
But how you gonna talk about like fucking all this shit and say cinnamon on it and
Trust
not
me.
talk about cinnamon?
Trust me. Take a sip. You guys will remember this one because it was like going.
You talking
down
to you guys about these two?
It's going down the perfume aisle at Belk and getting sprayed in the mouth.
No?
Holy shit, that is going down the perfume aisle of Belk and getting sprayed in the mouth.
I'm getting scared to try it.
Yep, there it is. Okay, second sip.
Try it. Come on, Dan.
Oh yeah, there it is. There's the perfume in my mouth. I remember that now.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not fantastic. All right, so
I like how charitable you are. With your, not fantastic.
it's not fantastic. I'll say that. It's
As soon as I smelled it, I'm like,
What was that?
fucking Belk.
Okay,
Lindsay.
wait a minute. What was that shit that I tried last time? That you guys had left over from one of your.
Oh, the
earlier-
kimchi beer.
The kombucha.
Yeah,
Oh, the
kombucha beer.
Yeah.
the pineapple and
What? Your battery's
Battery is
running
running
low?
oh shit, am I not plugged in?
I plugged you in. Unless this out. Oh no, you're not. I plugged in the thing, but it wasn't plugged in. Hold on, this leg is on it of the chair.
Whoop.
I plugged it
We
in
forgot
the.
to plug
I plugged it
into
in the fucking
computer.
wall. My bad. We don't have a lot of room here.
Slide it under the chair. There you go.
My bad. I thought I was doing so good plugging it in the wall. Look at me go.
Wait. There we go.
Haha. Like
We have power.
To be 100% honest, this tastes like I should call poison control after I've drank some.
It
Because I don't know what I've consumed, but it can't be good for human consumption.
oh, it does have that bug spray taste to it.
No,
doesn't it?
well, it's like the perfume they're talking about, and I kind of get that. Like, it feels like I walked into to my wife's
Hold on.
perfume spot and
Let's
just chucked-
go in for one last one here.
No, I'm
just,
going to-
just one last time.
Let it waft, and don't you think, like, I don't know if that's beer. I might need to call poison control. I don't know what I've consumed, but it's not.
I licked their potpourri. Now I know the funny
Yeah,
faces.
yeah, potpourri,
Now-
bug spray.
Now I know the funny faces that my dog makes whenever you Sabrina puts lotion on her legs and,
Okay.
and they lick it off, and they're like,
You know what?
Yeah, no, it's like whenever you spray
Or
your
when the
face
dog
with,
drinks the
with
poopery out of the toilet bowl.
"True."
You know what? I just found the problem, though. I don't know if any of you guys have ever dabbled in mead, but
No, I have not.
I have.
hibiscus is actually, it goes excellent in mead, and
I really like hibiscus tea. Like it's
But the-
really
well,
good.
the
But the
problem-
also thing is, there's almost no carbonization on this.
No,
It's just-
yeah.
Exactly. This tastes, and the thing that makes a mead is maybe, I don't know what process of it, but it's the alcoholiness of it that makes it taste good. This tastes like if I was to take a mead and drain all the alcohol out of it, and
4.2%. So.
it's missing the honey out of the meat.
there you go. Thank
My-
you.
my-
That's as I'm tasting all. It tastes
It
like
doesn't
I'm
have
biting.
the honey sweetness to overcome the hibiscus.
It honestly, now that I'm more getting into it, and fuck the poison control shit, like if you had hibiscus growing, it tastes like if I went like, I'm gonna go take a goddamn bite out your flower bush out front and just chomp it in my mouth.
I got some out front if you want.
It's comparable. It is comparable.
I mean, I opened it, I'll drink it, but it ain't this. This is fucking amazing.
No, and you know what?
Nope, I'm not drinking it.
I don't know about you guys. I'm
Yeah.
not getting any cinnamon flavor whatsoever.
No.
Neither did I.
I got the smell of it at first.
I didn't even get the smell.
I got the smell of it, a little bit of hint of it. I'm glad I don't taste it though. I don't like cinnamon, but the hibiscus is too overpowering.
And that's sad because the Big Storm Brewing Oktoberfest Mars
Was
and Lager we had
fucking
was
amazing.
one of the
Was.
most amazing beers we've ever had. So I don't want to knock Big Storm
No.
too bad, but this one's a miss.
Yeah, and when it says tropical, like I was expecting like a juicy kind of.
Yeah.
But no, it tastes
Almost like a Weiss or Weizen
right
with the tropical thing going on.
But it tastes like somebody soaked a fucking hibiscus flower in a bottle of water and gave it to me, and it's stained with hibiscus, basically.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to be like super dicky about it, but that's really
It
disappointing.
just doesn't taste
Alright,
good.
guys.
It's not fantastic.
Okay, so
Wow, you just chugged that so quick, it was ridiculous.
I'm not even mad.
He's like, hold on, we're gonna try this instead.
I already see what it says on the back of it. It says Festbier.
Okay, so that's a Pints and Pistons second. We are dumping out beer.
Second or third?
Second.
I'm pretty sure we dumped out beer not long ago. You were back.
I
What beer was that?
definitely,
I don't know,
definitely
but
dumped
I
the-
threw it away because it was fucking disgusting.
I definitely chucked the shit that I decided to brave and try last time. Kombucha, whatever the fuck.
Well,
That wasn't on the show.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Maybe it is like two designated chucks. I'm trying to think there was.
I know
Yeah,
this is
you and I-
definitely this at
I
least
think
the
it's because
second.
you and I both tried it, is why I'm thinking.
the Mick Ultra Organic, that one we definitely tossed.
Yeah. What was it? Would
There
you
you
pour
go.
me some too?
All right,
Yes.
What is it?
What are we looking at here?
Yeah. Give us a rundown, buddy.
Yes.
Yes.
Einsteiner?
Weihenstephaner Festbier.
Something like that.
This is another clear one. Look at that. Also, I love
Look at
this
the air-
glass
yeah,
because
for
it
the
aerates the
aeration.
bottom
Yeah.
perfectly.
This is one.
I could stare at that all day.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that one of those German beers that her dad found? And
Yes.
Okay.
This is one of Les's
Here,
beers.
the smell on this in the bottle.
I left
I
mine
don't think
just
does
a
me
little
justice.
bit because
Can I sniff yours? Oh,
that's like a pretzel.
Mm-hmm.
holy fuck! That's another good one.
Crisp, refreshing, and this one doesn't have as much going on as the Spaten. Like
But-
it doesn't have all the weirdness, the cidery to
doughiness
the
or
cideryness to it.
Oh,
this
straight-
is
it's-
just
It's straight pretzel.
this is beer.
I was gonna say, but when I took that,
This is
all I
beer
felt
with
was
a
that
pretzel in it.
I'm either walking around at a concert festival at like I'm walking somewhere with like a fucking either a pretzel or something
dare
to
I
eat.
say it as, a tasteless American, but hey, this is odd. Should be warm.
Maybe. Well, it's like the two that me and Will tried.
No, this is
No.
too carbonated to be.
Remember the ones that we tried over at your house? The really dark ones that me and Will picked up.
Mm-hmm.
There was the one that was like the oatmeal one. That the warmer. Remember the warmer it got, the better it got.
That was one of
The
my
English one.
Yes.
Yeah, that was one of my
The
not there
oatmeal
ones.
stout.
Yeah, that was one of my not.
Yeah.
You know
And
what?
then the other one, there was another one that was fucking the same way. Like it was like like the warmer it got, the more flavor came out.
Wasn't it that one old ass beer we had at Chris's house?
Yes,
That's the
it
one
was
he's talking
one-
about. The
yeah, it was-
English
oh.
one that was done in the old cement.
Things.
Well,
yeah.
and all that.
Yeah,
fucking
well.
and
I'm
all that.
thinking the more I'm like lofting the excess taste around my mouth, Brian, I think maybe you should let that sit for like 10 minutes or so and try it again.
I think I will.
Because I think you might be right on that.
There was, I don't know if it was this brewery. There was one of our episodes where we did two of these straight
Yeah.
up. I think it was October of last year when we
Yeah.
decided to go full
We did.
October.
It was an October.
And we found, we were up in the ABC and we found two straight up imported
couldn't
from
pronounce
Germany.
the names of
German
them.
beers.
We're trying these.
I don't think that particular one was one of them, but
No,
you know what?
Maybe the same brewery.
Yeah,
but,
the same brewery. It wasn't that.
Yeah, it was a
this one.
similar design on the bottle, but a different.
I think you might be right.
Different beer, but we did 2 that were, and one of them was one that turned out to be one of Les's beers.
Yeah,
But also,
because Les has turned me on to these.
let me know if you're gonna let that sit. What you think? Because I like after, like I said, I started like really kind of getting whatever was left in my mouth, the taste of it. I think
I think I'm gonna let this.
that might actually be stellar warm.
I think I'm gonna let this chill for a little bit and just sort of let this.
Well, not
temperature.
even warm like room temperature.
Well,
but
warmer
just,
than it
like
is.
50.
Warmer than it is. Yeah, definitely something above 35.
So hopefully that helps get rid of the flour.
Oh yeah, I'm already over the flour thing because I wasn't a masochist like
I got
like the bearded wonder over here.
I tried it a couple more times just to give it more chances.
I'm
the
doing
more
the
I
whole
tasted
thing.
it, the more deep came out of it.
All right, we're going in for sip number 4.
Oh, sip number 4. I drank half of mine already, but I had to go to Waters.
It's all you, buddy.
Have fun.
Jesus Christ.
Dan says bet. So,
It's all
And
right.
this was the very moment when Dan decided he hated all 3 of us.
the sad part is that was $12. They
Hey,
charged me $12 for those 4
Dude,
Hey,
it's
man.
so appealing though when you look at the bottle. Like, okay,
the label, the
fuck their-
colors, the
yeah,
description,
yeah,
it's
fuck-
so good, and then it's not.
And
I just saw Tropic Pressure, Big Store Brewing. All right, we can't mess with this one.
Well, this thing, I'm not even talking about like how there's a girl on there. Just like
Oh,
the whole
shit.
thing about it.
Oh shit!
The whole thing about it, it looks like it would be amazing. It really does. I was expecting it. Honestly, I was expecting it to be hazier and juicier. It really was. Which, speaking of that, I know you guys don't like IPAs, but on my recent,
I've been going into them.
my recent adventures, try it and see if you like it. Lagunitas has got a new IPA. It's a hazy IPA.
I
It's
saw it. I almost
yeah.
picked it up.
yellow can with a pink dog on it.
Yep.
Wow, is that really, really, really good? And lots of floaties. Lots of floaties.
Okay, floaties are good.
He said, but IPAs are the.
Yeah, I mean, really, so far, I mean, what was the one we had? What was it? A month ago?
No, I'm gonna start doing it like
That was the IPA that was actually
That was acceptable.
really good.
But so far,
I'm gonna start bringing more. I'm
But
gonna make
here's-
you guys try them.
No,
Okay, but here's the
yes,
thing.
do it.
Sometimes they're good though.
okay, for me, and we didn't really do this on the show. We kind of did this. I think it was when we did like monitors and shit over at his place, and we kind of sampled the oatmeal stout and the other one. And that was the invisibility cloak.
That
The
IPA,
invisibility cloak from
an IPA stamp.
Yeah,
It
from
was
Pinto.
Swamphead.
yeah, from Swamphead. I mean, that's kind of got to be that's really my bar for IPA. Meets
Because you
that,
got the flavor, but it
but it wasn't
instantly
so
went away.
but it wasn't so hoppy that it blew the back of your head out.
It was nice.
That's how
it
this
was
was.
hoppy.
The hoppy, it wasn't too hoppy.
But then
it
the
was more-
hoppiness didn't stay around.
Right.
It wasn't like 5 minutes later after I took a sip, I was still going, oh my god, I'm licking grass right now.
Right.
You know?
It's kind of like switching from a Marker 48 Red Right Return, and then going to the Diver Down, and then going to the Robonaut Red.
Well,
Because in that progression, there's just a little step up of hoppiness in each one, and the Robonaut Red is kind of like at that perfect little sweet spot where it's a red, but the hoppiness complements it rather
Yes.
than just running over it.
and that's
And
one of
for-
those.
and
And
honestly,
that's
it-
why
and
that's
it's-
one of my favorites.
And it's
That's
weird
why.
of my anti-IPA stance that the Robonaut Red is still my favorite red
Yes.
that we've done.
Well, and that's one of the things too. It's like on the aspect of us trying all these new beers. It's kind of fucked me up a little bit. Trying all these different reds, especially Robonaut Red. I can't drink a Killian's anymore.
No.
I don't like Killian's. I used to love
You know, what,
Killian's.
you know what the fucked up thing is? I've never had a Killian's.
They're okay, but it's one of those now.
If I'm gonna have a mass-produced red, I'd
you had
rather have a
Killian's?
Smithwick's.
Oh yeah. And
You know,
Listen,
I might
no.
just bring a 6-pack of Killian's next time just for him to have. Just so you
It's
can try
one of those. The
Not even
Killian,
six,
the
I'm-
Killian's is above the Smithwick's.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm backwards on you. I love Smithwick's 100%. Maybe it's because I had Smithwick's originally in Ireland. I never tried it before, but even over here, I prefer Smithwick's over fucking Killian's all day.
Oh, everyone's.
see, I prefer Killian's over Smithwick's. Smithwick's is too overbearing.
Yeah, I
It's
don't know.
too hoppy.
I think well, that's probably my problem with how I like IPAs is I guess whatever the hoppy
there's
flavor
a little
is,
bit too much
I like the
hoppiness
hoppy.
for the lack of redness.
Exactly. It's too.
And then that's
it's
where
too
that's kind of where the
dry.
Robot Red comes in and fills that gap.
But
It
yeah,
is-
but
it
and
is
that's
perfect.
that's one of those to where it's, you know, you got the wonderful redness of it, but there's that perfect amount of hoppiness to where you get that hoppiness, you get that red, and it's just
It's like
they both
that
complement each
caramelized
other.
finish
Yes.
of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
And
not
that is-
caramel, it's like caramelized. I don't know how
And
to
that's
describe
why
it.
still over 2 years later,
Robonaut Red is
that
still
is
number
still,
one.
and you know
still
what?
top
That
of
was
pile.
like our third episode we did
Yeah.
that beer on.
See, but I'm not with you guys with the Robonaut Red. The Robonaut Red's great. That isn't my favorite.
You're
Rolling
Diver
Dirty
Down.
is always going to be
Yeah.
my
Dude,
favorite.
and Rolling Dirty, yeah, it's
Yeah,
got for
I
me.
totally
It's
forgot about
Robot
that.
Red, Rolling Dirty, and then Diver Down.
Well, see, but that's the thing. Like, it for me is actually extremely hard to pick from those three because
They're all so
those
good.
three
Yeah,
are
they're-
like they're
like
so
all right
close.
there.
They really are.
It really does.
And they serve different purposes.
It really just depends on the day at that point.
Right.
Because
The
it's,
Diver Down, though, the Diver Down, of the four of them that we're kind of talking, not counting Killian's or Smithwick's, but the Robonaut Red, the Rolling Dirty,
Marker 48.
Marker 48, and all
Right,
those.
right.
The Diver Down is definitely a one and done. for
Yeah.
me.
because
You can only have one because it's so strong.
yeah,
It's got a lot of
8
alcohol
or
content.
8.5,
It's
I think,
yeah, it's a
something like
fairly.
that.
It's definitely a higher octane.
It's
beer.
great. That's one that if you're having a like the steak like you had, and you're
Or-
having your one beer, that's a great beer for that.
Well,
Because
that's
it's-
one of those things
Actually, honest, and here's my thing on that with the whole steak pairing thing. It kind of goes more to the meat itself. People talk about like filet mignon, like how tender it is, but honestly, I would much rather have a ribeye because that's
Yeah.
got so of like all the steaks, ribeye, sirloin, New York strip, and all of those. Ribeye has just got so much flavor going
well,
on.
isn't it the ribeye has the fillet with extra? Which one is that?
That's a that'd be like a T-bone.
Yeah.
A
T-bone's what you're thinking of.
A T-bone
fillet and a strip.
T-bone has like you know what prime rib is or standing rib roast.
yeah.
Take a standing rib roast, cut a slab off, and throw it on the grill. That's a
ribeye.
ribeye.
Okay.
That's a bone-in ribeye.
Yeah.
Cut it off the bone. It's a boneless ribeye. Cut the little tail with the fat and everything off to a much smaller. That's a
the
Delmonico.
fillet. Yeah, okay.
And Delmonico's named for the steakhouse that originally started serving that. That's a Delmonico with that little bit extra, that fat tail kind of cut off. But that's a ribeye. So basically what you would normally see like a prime rib or standing rib roast, cut it into a steak, that's a ribeye. And that has got, because of all the marbling goes through there, there's so much flavor going on. That's the kind of steak where you go for a Guinness or a milk stout.
And that's the key
or-
thing you got to look for with
Or
marbling.
Diver
The
Down.
Einstock.
Einstock.
The Einstock.
I was
with
looking,
that,
and you know,
once
I
it
was
gets
looking
a
at
bit-
that at
once it gets a
ABC
bit
just because I love
cooler.
it.
That's one of those beers. That's an amazing fucking dark beer. But the thing
Yeah,
is, it has to be good.
Einstock toasted porter.
It's at it was at
Oh
ABC
yeah,
and I won.
I really think.
We've had that on the show.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, and that was, I think, by far one of our best.
Yeah, my
dark-
buddy Paul
Best
was the one
Paul
that turned me
turned
on
us
to
on
that
to
one.
that.
Turned me on to that one.
I really think next month, once it starts fully cooling down,
Oh, there will be some in my fridge
we-
for sure.
I want to revisit that
Oh,
because
that's
again, that was also
I was kind of thinking the
kinda-
same
well,
thing.
that was a earlier. That was again like within the first like 10 episodes.
And see how our taste buds are now.
I would
I kinda-
really, and I haven't had it again since then.
Neither
You know,
have I.
I've had the white one.
yeah, I've had the white one. I don't know. I've had the Einstock since.
Well, I haven't.
The last time I had it was at your wedding.
Oh yeah, we had it at the wedding.
That was the last time I had it.
That was almost.
I'm kind of
a
thinking
year,
that
was
once
a
it
year
does
and a half
kind of
ago.
get cool, I'm kind of thinking because it's. I mean, like I said, I've been off of it for a while. You know, I was out of it for a while because of that going. Will stepped in for it. I'm kind of thinking that when it gets cold again, I'm pretty sure we're going to start seeing our stouts and stuff kind of.
Yep.
Oh
coming
yeah,
back
no.
in the
And-
rotation.
Well, and I love the stout snap, but when it's hot like this,
It's too much.
yeah,
It
it's
is.
too much. So once it starts cooling
And
down,
I'd love to do
trust
like
me,
a
we're
throwback
gonna-
episode where we do a couple of beers we've had before that we really liked or
Hey,
something like
I
that.
still have one last six-pack of Motorhead's Road Crew up on top of the fridge.
No, but
It's been 2 years, but it's
what-
still up there.
what I gotta say though is I fucking had this one stout beer.
Hold on,
Go
I
ahead.
just remembered. I still have 2 beers that I bought. Well, Sabrina bought for the show a long time ago that are still in the outside fridge. I got that one Clown Shoe Dragon one. That's a 14% dark one. That is a big, like quart one, and all that. And then I also have another Swamp Head one that I think you got.
Was it one of the big bottles?
Yeah.
Yeah, we tried that on the show. Remember?
Yeah. Well, I still have one
Another
more
one?
of that.
What was that one?
That was
Swamp.
a seasonal thing.
Yeah, it was Swamp the something or the Swamp.
Swamp de Suizon.
Yeah, something like that. It
It
was
was
good.
really good.
Yeah, I remember that
And,
one.
and I still have one. So once it gets cooler out, we can.
It's not skunked out by now.
Yeah.
That
been-
was
If it's been in the fridge, you'd be surprised how long beer
I-
holds.
I
Like
don't know.
those Keebler Island ales that have been in the fridge,
Yeah.
they're still good.
Well, see, that one Swamp Head one has been in the fridge, but been in the back of the dark cabinet. So no
It
one's-
might be even better now.
Well, but also anything over 12%, at that point, that's when beer starts. The longer it sits, the higher in active alcohol it gets.
Okay, guys, wait a second. I've got one. Speaking of seasonals, this was from last year.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Last
Oh God, that was so fucking good.
that was good. The Funky Buddha Last Snow.
The funky that, yeah.
That had just that little bit of
coconut and
coconut,
coffee.
that little bit of coffee, and I think a little bit of
it was coconut.
caramel.
It definitely has some caramel going on in it.
But that was also what, like 8%?
Yeah, that was
like
a high-
That was a
high
high
octane.
one. That was a good one.
I mean, like I said, that one.
because it
that
didn't
one-
taste like a high octane one.
Yeah, but that one there, as a seasonal, was sitting right up there with the Big Top.
Oh,
Hawaiian
yeah.
Lion. So I mean,
That's one I haven't seen in a long time. I have not seen Hawaiian Lion in a long time.
It's always at ABC in Crystal River.
We'll see. It's not here in Inverness
I
because
see it all the time there.
that's one I haven't had that in a while.
Because that's
and-
something that always seems to happen to me. Does this happen to you guys? When you're at ABC picking a beer, you'll see somebody else kind of searching around and they look totally lost in that
And
craft
you
beer.
help them. You
Yeah.
help them.
yes,
Yep.
I've done
and
that.
you end up
I have
helping
to.
them.
I've done that on more than one occasion.
And you have to explain, yeah, I do a YouTube show, we talk about beer, we taste test beer.
And
I've tried most of this, so what are you looking for?
And
What do you want?
I've often prefaced this with saying, I was like, okay, here's the thing. On our show, we've done over 100 beers, and then just that's not even counting just us out at the bar when we see
Right.
something new on the menu
I've
board
done
and
it.
go,
I've done it before too.
I'll try that one.
Right.
Yeah.
Win or lose, it's like I'm down for a try. I'll try
But
that one.
And it's also one of those, like, I asked them, what style are you in for? And I get they say IPA, I tell them, I'm not a big IPA fan, but my friend is, and these are ones that I know he absolutely loves, and I'll point out and go, this, and this,
Well,
this. So if you're looking for
it's funny
that,
too, like
I
telling
know
somebody
you
that and
like-
then watching them grab a 6-pack and they're like, I'm gonna fucking try this and like
Right,
take
yeah.
it. But
And that's like, it just makes you feel accomplished. Like, you're like,
you know that
we're doing good work.
you know that brewery Perniculus, I think it is.
Pernicious.
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 Sorry. They had one I saw at ABC. There was only one of them, and it was on like one of the warm racks in Crystal River, where like it's just out. And I grabbed it, and it said, I can't remember. I'm trying to remember so hard what it was. It was something like so stout or something. It was a stout they had, and I made Nagasaki Wagyu steak, and I decided to try my first one with that. It was a one and
Okay,
done
try
beer.
it now, Brian.
I just had a sip, and it's probably about 55 degrees, and
It's getting better.
I'm thinking probably another 10 to 15 degrees.
It got better.
10 to 15 degrees up there, it's going to be where it needs to be.
Mine was just about perfect. I
Hold
think.
on, before we do bring in
It was
Trailer and
cool,
that,
but
I
it wasn't
gotta
cold.
Oh, no, I gotta pee too. So whenever you're done, I gotta go.
Actually, I wasn't even looking at Bring a Trailer. I was
But-
looking at
No, I can't remember what it was. It was something by Pernicious. It was a stout, I think. It might not even been a stout. It was a dark beer. I know that, but I made like this fucking crazy ass Wagyu steak with it that I found at the store, and goddamn, was it such a good pairer with it. After I was done drinking the beer and having the steak, I wanted to soak the steak in the beer.
Also,
I just happened to.
Also from the one and done files, that should really make a return.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was fantastic.
I'm gonna hunt us something else next time too. Try to find us another pale ale. Might not be an IPA. I'd really like you guys to try the Sam's American Pale Ale. It's actually really fucking good.
You know, I mean, we might tell you that it sucks, Oh, we'll try it.
Yeah. Well, and the other one too, the Pabst IPA, is really good too. It's kind of weird because it has it's like hoppy like an IPA. It's not overbearing, but it's weird because you get the hop smash at the beginning, and then it finishes off like a Pabst, like just like a regular Pabst Blue Ribbon. Really odd, but it's good. And then I had that Lagunitas one. I always get like different IPAs and other shit whenever you guys do too. There was another one I had. What was it?
We need to go back through the old episodes and update the beer list and post it up on a Google Docs or something. Make it so that everybody out there in Webville can kind of see what our beer list is.
Yeah.
I
gotta pee.
While you go and
the Jameson Stout.
Yeah, I'm done with that for the night.
No.
Damn, that shit's awesome.
Is that on the computer or screen? Okay. All right, guys. Well, there's also one last
It's
beer thing.
almost beer related.
So I found this the other day at ABC, and I like my whiskey and sitting and having a cigar and all that, and I just needed more whiskey to sip on and that because I was out of Gentleman
As you
Jack.
do.
Yeah. So I saw this and I was like, you know what? I gotta try it. It is Jameson, but it's their new Castmates that they have, and this is Castmates finished in craft beer barrels Irish whiskey. This one is the stout edition, and it is the rich coffee, smooth chocolate, butterscotch, triple distilled. But basically they do their whiskey and then they put it into stout barrels and just get that extra stuff off of it. So it's basically like the beers that we've had that finish off in whiskey barrels that make them horrible.
This is the absolute opposite of that. This
makes it to where this whiskey is amazing. Brian won't just drink regular straight whiskey. Brian loved it. Absolutely loved it.
This is the kind that you can basically take your sip and then swirl it and
you
enjoy
get all the flavors.
And literally
and after you told me that,
it.
I think I might go buy a bottle of the IPA one
yes,
tomorrow.
so they also have
I'm really
IPA
stoked
one.
for that. Like I don't like you and I were talking about. I don't really drink like hard liquor very often at all.
I mean, usually when it comes to hard liquor, my poison of choice is always tequila. A good golden tequila.
I really like a Kraken rum, and like one of the small bottles. Like, let's see, I've had the one that's on top of my fridge for 4.5 months now, and there's maybe a quarter of it gone. Maybe. Like I barely ever drink it, but Kraken. I have an affliction for Kraken. I love it.
Oh, I got a whole giant bottle.
See, my mini bottle has lasted me over a month, and I've barely done a quarter of it. I'm not big on hard stuff.
We'll see with me with the whiskeys now. I'll sip on it.
Yeah, and you know who did that for me was Nick. With whiskeys, it was Nick, and like showing me the different.
A whiskey with ginger ale, fucking good.
Yeah, and I never really thought or like encased myself in any kind of mixed drinks or anything till like Nick introduced me to one of the fucking whiskeys he really likes. It was
the Repeal batch.
Yeah, it was the Repeal batch, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, me and Sabrina have basically bought the last bottle before Nick got to the liquor store, and Nick got mad at us, and then he bought the last bottle the next time.
And he'd start
basically
buying
a fight of who gets to the liquor store first to get the last bottle.
Well, it was after that he started buying different bottles of whiskey and be like, dude, try a shot of this, try a shot of this one, try a shot of this one. And like I never thought it was again like the beers. I didn't ever think I would be that person who could tell you the difference between 2 shots of whiskey. You know?
There's so much difference.
Like going from Jack Daniels to Jameson, totally different flavors.
Dude,
totally different flavors. Then also my Johnny Walker, which Johnny Walker is a Scotch whiskey blend.
Black or red?
Blue, the $300.
Oh, Johnny Walker Blues tits.
I still haven't tried that one. Not tonight.
I know, but
that
I haven't.
And Jameson out of the barrel, fresh.
That is a 1980s bottle. That shit's. Woohoo! I got that.
Dude,
in my
when they had that fucking Jameson in the oak barrel in Ireland, when the dude, he's like, what do you want? I said Jameson, and I see him going to the oak barrel that's in the corner that's not marked, and I'm like, no way. And he turns the old fucking like cork valve on it and pours me a shot out of this thing. I'm like, ugh. Oh, that was the best fucking whiskey I've ever had in my life.
Yeah. So anyway, let's go to.
So is it which one are we bringing up first? Bring a trailer.
Let's
or...
do back car first. Ta-da-ba.
Mike. Always loved you.
Son of a bitch. Is it a two-door wagon?
It is.
Oh, it's a wagon.
Is
I
it
can
a
see by the
two-door
window.
wagon in solid orange?
It's a
It
Pinto.
is.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the wood grain, but it's a two-door wagon in orange. As
And
soon
you're
as I
gonna
saw
tell
it,
me,
I'm
oh,
like,
it's a manual too! Oh, that's a motherfucking Pinto wagon. Oh,
Two-door
with the manual
wagon.
and it's a wagon, and
Hey.
it's a two-door.
Dan. I've always loved you.
Oh, look at that car.
Are you not getting it? Are you just
What-
shaking your
what
head
movie?
yes or?
What movie?
No, what? You've
I've always loved you, sir.
No, I
The
don't.
Blues Brothers.
I don't do movies. I'm sorry. I'm
Oh,
not
the
good
Blu-
with.
It's
I'm not
the
good-
Blues Brothers.
I don't remember shit from movies.
At the end, when they go
I-
off the bridge and it's the Nazis, and he looks at him and is like,
Illinois Nazis.
he's
Well,
like,
to be-
I've always loved you, sir, and they're fucking floating down and crash.
Well, to be over a car guy, of you,
This
I don't,
thing has
I
a
don't give a fuck.
Craco
This thing's
aftermarket
amazing.
stereo and a Craco power booster.
Really?
Really, this is like a 70s car with solid 1980s high school stereo shit in it.
I fucking love it.
So what we got is a 1975 Ford Pinto station wagon 4-speed 2-door with pop-out side windows.
Yes.
In orange. Car's been repainted.
Holy fuck, it's clean.
Vinyl
this-
interior.
Yeah,
My
this
God.
thing is an amazing ship. It's got like 90,000 miles on it.
2.3. Or 2 liter?
Yeah, it's 2.3.
What year?
75.
75.
4-speed manual, orange over black. Like I said, Craco AM/FM cassette,
Oh,
aftermarket
roof
speakers.
racks.
It has a roof rack. It's got the wood grain rear spoiler slat to clean the rear window off.
Oh
God
my
damn.
god, that thing's clean.
Okay, like,
So
like,
cool.
like there's a bunch of pictures of this car. Like all of the lights are in amazing condition. All of the bumper guards are in amazing
Wow.
condition. It's not super perfect underneath. What is a 1975 Ford fucking Pinto with 90,000 miles on it?
Dude, look at that. Could that not be like in a Forza game?
It is
That
fucking
picture,
amazing.
like-
Puts-
No, I just
Wow.
pictured two fucking Nazis in there
Seriously,
just
put
looking at each other
wood grain
chasing the
paneling
Blues
down
Brothers.
the side of that bitch, and it is right out of the Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
The only
Remember that-
the only
God.
difference is I think the Blues Brother car had orange wheels with
Oh
hubcaps.
Yeah.
instead
my
of
god,
black.
that
Now,
thing is clean.
okay, so at that point, I also gotta say, remember the one that was running around Crystal River? That was a two-door.
Yeah.
It was the same thing, orange two-door Pinto wagon, but it had the fake wood grain down the
Oh, it
side,
was
and that was actually
It was
like,
absolutely the Blues
Blues
Brothers
Brothers
Illinois
one.
Nazis car.
It's still fairly
Okay.
clean underneath.
The only difference between that car and the Nazi car was the orange wheels with the silver hubcaps. There it is, right there.
Oh, I thought it had the wood grain on it.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh,
And
yeah, but
this
this thing,
has something on the side of it.
oh, this thing's got all the wood grain. This thing's got all the manuals and books and everything else that came with
Yeah,
it.
but like this one, somebody on the outside pictures, somebody opted in because that chrome trim I saw on the rockers and the fenders, it looked like a factory gig.
Yeah.
Dude, the rockers are chrome trim.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Dude,
a higher end.
that is that's a really nice car. Like, to be 100% honest.
So yeah, basically,
I would,
Oh my
I would
God.
definitely own that.
I
People
would
can
too.
make fun of me for this and that. I've
Oh.
always loved Pintos.
But
Yeah.
it has factory air.
Really?
Yes.
Holy shit! So you
Whoa.
turn that
Okay,
on,
so basically what we
speed
have.
limiter to 65 miles per hour.
Okay, so basically what we have is 91,000 miles shown, 2.3 liter, so it's a Lima, 4-speed manual, orange over black, air conditioning, Craco speakers, Craco stereo, has the build sheet.
Damn. Okay.
It's a private party, and it's located in North Carolina, or it was located in North Carolina.
I am so excited about this car. Like I'm just gonna give it such a crazy fucking.
14.3.
Okay, I'm gonna give it. But
I'm going up there. That thing is fucking cherry, dude. That is a sweet car. I can see somebody who's that collector who would.
Okay, so are we going to go closest to, or Price is Right style?
Price is Right
Price
style.
is Right
Okay,
style,
Price is
for
Right
sure.
style it is. Just want to set the rules beforehand, because we've had
No,
some
you're good.
confusion
Okay, so
about
he just went over.
Yep.
'Cause we have- yeah.
He said he just went out. Yeah.
Because
no, but
we
still,
had a little
that's,
confusion beforehand.
that's
so
an
you did what?
14.3. That's an insanely clean Pinto.
It
I know
al-
14.3 is
It
probably
also
too much,
also
but
has the passenger side bullet mirror.
I mean, like whoever that's a really.
The car has been repainted.
No, I know it's a restore
but-
job and everything, but whoever did it, that's an amazing job they did. Or they hired an amazing
Here's what
photographer.
cracks me up. I mean, that shot that was just there, you can just see that 70s shit-ass panel gap. That wasn't a bad restoration. That's how shitty those cars were built.
That was a good restoration.
That's how shitty those cars were built.
Yeah.
That was like entering Malaise era production right there.
Mikey?
Look at it. Look at that thing. Look at that fucking car.
Gonna go 13.
I'm gonna say 13.5.
Did it go more?
10-5.
10.
All of you are over.
Oh, wow.
I am actually genuinely shocked by that because until he said 14 and you went, oh, hold on, Price is Right rules is the closest without going over, which told me he went over. If you hadn't said anything, I was going to say somewhere in the 20s.
Wow.
Yeah, no. Seriously, if you didn't say anything.
No, honestly, because that's a $10,000 car that some guy's gonna win a shitload of trophies at shows for and whatnot. That is an amazingly or like I said, or it was an amazing
He's
photographer.
gonna be
but
the '80s Corolla Wagon that's taken over the Black Diamond show and pissing everybody off.
that car
I'm
is a
pretty sure I am
fantastic example of a Pinto.
Okay, what he just said year before last at the show here in Citrus County, the Pine Ridge Auto Show, which is sort of an invitational.
It's a fancy show.
It's a fancy show. Lots of fancy cars, lots of Corvettes and stuff like that.
Tiger Woods owned the house now.
And the car that we judges chose as best of show because it absolutely was the best presented and absolute cleanest car there was a 1980 Corolla Wagon that had so many NOS parts on it. It looked like it drove off the showroom 6 months ago. But it was a used car.
Right.
But it was nearly perfect. And it blew
And all
people's-
the super expensive vet guys were all upset over it.
No. The people at the show weren't upset with it because I think that honestly, of all the guys that may have said something, when they went and looked at the car, they were like, okay.
Oh, okay.
The internet, however,
Was totally fucking horrible.
the internet
about it.
was pissed.
Yeah, and before we move to the cars and mids car, speaking about that, Ed has finally finished his. I can't say that with a straight face. Yeah, Ed ripped apart the Monte Carlo for no reason.
Again.
He said he saw some car on Meekum that looked slightly cleaner than his underneath, so he just had to redo his.
Okay. Ed did not pull apart the Monte Carlo for no reason. Ed pulled apart the Monte Carlo because he was sitting there, he was bored, and he noticed one water stain on a frame rail somewhere. He had
That the
to take care
Meekum
of
car
it.
did not have. So he
Yeah.
had to
So-
correct this.
So basically, he showed me pictures. He's repainted the entire
Does
front.
Ed ever watch us do this shit?
No.
Does Ed, okay.
He needs
Ed,
to, though.
If you ever do happen to see this, I'm not even mad, bro.
So anyway, he'll be at Wrench Monkeys, obviously. He's been asking all month about it. I saw the thing on Facebook. You guys doing it? Anyway, so the whole entire front subframe, control arms, sway bar, all that shit has got redone.
Again.
And on top of that, he redid a few electronics to make some more stuff work and replastic the
65
entire
degrees
interior.
is fucking perfect.
Replastic the
beer.
interior.
Yeah, he
Where's
pulled the
that?
whole interior out, replastic the entire interior into the hole underneath the car. It was one of those days where, like, excuse me, it was like,
in a day.
Right.
no, it was like Sunday at like 11 o'clock in the morning. I got a picture on my phone of the Monte Carlo in 1,000 pieces, and he said, "So I saw this thing on Meekum, and this guy's car looked cleaner than mine underneath." And I said, "And?" he goes, "Yeah, I'm repainting everything."
If I didn't know any better, I would think that there were like quick release pins underneath that car for like the front subframe's just held on with 2 spring clips. So he pops 2 spring clips out, slides it apart.
240. He just cuts the fucking
Zip tie.
zip
Well,
ties.
and
Yeah.
he told
Okay,
me,
wait a minute. This, you know, what you talked about, quick release and everything. It had to have been. It was when the Audis started dominating Le Mans, like the first year that the Audi prototypes dominated Le Mans.
That was 98.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was
98,
watching
99.
that, and it happened. It was probably 11.
That was the silver ones,
It was
right?
like it was like 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so it was 11:30 p.m. here. So it was sometime really early morning there.
About 4 o'clock.
Probably about
5 o'clock.
it was probably 4 or it may have been a little bit earlier, but it was like 3 or 4 in the morning there. It was 3 or 4 in the morning there, so whatever that was here, I was sitting there watching. It was back when it was like Speed Speed.
Yeah.
It'd gone from Speed Vision to Speed Channel, Speed Network. I was watching Le Mans, and I was watching the Audi teams, and one of the cars came in with transmission problems. Normally, they roll into the pits, they put them up on the platform, spin them backwards, and back them into the pit. This time, they put the car on the platform, rolled it in, nose first. Rear end, the rear body work came off, quick disconnects, 6 bolts, pulled the entire ass end of the car off the engine. Transaxle, suspension, wing uprights, everything. Slid it back. While they were sliding that back, the other guys literally carried over the top of that one, set it in, put it in place, 6 bolts, quick connect everything, put the bodywork back on, and rolled that bitch out in 8 minutes flat.
Yep. No, that's right. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Blew my fucking mind.
The engineers went, if we have transmission problems, we need to be able to change this very quickly.
They went, if we got engineering problems, yeah, Franz, we got this.
Well, no, when the 24 hours in the Nürburgring, what was that, like last week or the week before?
Yeah.
I was watching that.
Oh shit, I missed it?
Yeah, no, they live streamed the whole thing on YouTube, and I basically had a nice, like, 24 hours at work of listening to a race, which is really awesome. But anyway, like, there was one point, I think, like, it was around noontime, I was eating my lunch, and I just fucking flicked over to it. I don't know what the time difference is. It was night over there, though, and they were going to the pits. One of the
5-6 hour difference.
One of the BMW M Series race cars had an engine failure on the back straight, and they were showing that they were like going into the pit when it was coming in. And I watched those guys. They stayed in the pit and live streamed it. But I watched those guys swap an engine in 10 minutes, like roughly 10 minutes. He was interviewing the crew chief, and in the background I was watching it and watching them pull out the whole full engine assembly and drop a new one in about 10 minutes maybe. Everything was just like kind of, I guess, I don't know how it's set up, but it was crazy to fucking watch.
Yeah, all the fluid stuff, they had all quick disconnects so that when it went back together, they didn't lose any fluid, it didn't allow any air into the system. And like I said, it was literally like 6 bolts on the back of the car, the whole transaxle, rear suspension, wing uprights.
After we finish this, we have to look these videos up. I want to see it.
All came off.
Well, let's,
and it went right back on.
Let's go into the cars and bids thing, because before we end, I also want to talk about. I know we've talked about it many times our experience at Sebring and that. But I want to, because I noticed stuff there too about how being over the pits that I noticed.
But yeah, dude, it's fucking nuts.
I got this one because
I already know what that is.
I got this one because
it's a Cosmo.
It is
because I love these cars.
Not.
It's not a Cosmo.
No, I know it's
a Lincoln.
It's a Lincoln. It's a Mark fucking
Lincoln
whatever,
Mark
5, 6, 7, Mark 8.
So what we have here is a 1998, 28,000
so the
mile
better headlights.
I want to see what color it is.
This is the second gen.
It better be
It's
red.
white. No. If it's got that tan interior like that, that's white.
It is a Cartier. That interior was also in the green ones and the red ones.
I hope it's red.
It's white.
Aw.
But this is Vero Beach, Florida. It's from VBA Autosports. It has 27,900 miles.
850 something miles.
4.6. It's a 4.6 4 cam. It's a Texas block with cast internals.
So the main.
It's
really quick with the engine difference on that between the 96 and 98 Cobras, they all had
They had forged internals.
Yeah, they all had forged internals.
And these had cast internals.
This is basically the Mach 1 automatic motor, because the Mach 1 in 03 and 04, the Mach 1 with manuals had the full forged internals. With the automatics, you got cast internals.
However, 98 was the last year for the Texas spot block.
Yeah.
So the 03-04, so basically the 4 cams after that, in the Mach 1, the Marauder, and the Aviator were cast in-house by Ford. But at the time, the 4-valve engines that were the aluminum 4 valves that were done in the Cobra and in the Lincoln Mark 8, those were actual Texas spot blocks.
Those are the motors you want. People that actually do the big builds on the 03-04 Cobras will find a Texas block to change out.
Because that's an aluminum block that can handle 1,000 foot.
Yeah, and it's also like 150 pounds lighter.
No, that's what I intend to find
Yeah.
for my car if I ever do. An
I already
engine
showed you one, $1,500 in Spring Hill right now. Dropping.
Okay,
in the
like I
car
said,
in front
so
of me.
anyway, the Lincoln
build.
Mark
No, I
8.
mean for the Mustang.
So anyway, the Lincoln Mark 8 starting in 1996 was the first car sold in the United States that had HID headlights.
Yep.
Unfortunately, they were slated to go in for 95 because my 95 when you got to the owner's
Oh
manual.
yeah.
Because I had a 1995, and when you actually got to the owner's
His was red.
manual,
Dan.
when
His
you
was red.
mine was. Right there,
It's
no
actually
less.
still running around town.
It
too.
is still running around. Guy over on C39 has it.
Is it the one I see every fucking day that I look? Oh, I'm sorry, I
No.
have the hiccups. I see a red one every day. I'm in love with.
No, it's not that one. But anyway, so when you went to you actually opened up my owner's manual, when you went to the headlights section, there was a page that dealt with the HID headlights, but it had another page stuck over top of it because they delayed it until the 1996 model. However, 96 through 98 Lincoln Mark 8 was the only car that used that particular bulb in their headlight assembly, and they're obsolete.
Yep.
So this car still has operable HIDs, and it has its operating neon taillight.
What do you have to do? Because you're the master. Well, no more about them than we do. When that bulb goes out, what do you have to do?
Search eBay.
Can you retrofit anything, or
They're way back in the day, and this is early 2000s of internet time, so this is like the Stone Age of internet time, early 2000s. There was a guy that came up with a adapter plug to fit a D2R bulb capsule into that thing, but he wouldn't sell them to anybody. Like, he did a one-off thing for his car, but wouldn't manufacture or sell them to anybody. Ford
the
actually...
hibiscus get into you?
Now, Ford came up with one for the
hiccups.
97 98s where they actually retrofitted halogen headlights for those.
Yeah.
But again, those are long gone too. So if you have one of these cars with HIDs and your bulb goes out, you just drive with your high beams on. Pretty much it. Yeah. But these are like the last gaps of the big personal luxury coupe.
Yeah.
I want to point something out that the hiccups are hitting too hard. When the instrument cluster picture comes.
Oh yeah. What Dan's gonna say is if you like, and this is
No,
is
it's not.
dead-
It's not what I'm.
Oh, okay.
Suspense is killing
Well,
me.
another thing
Sorry.
is when you look
Oh,
at
it's still hiccuping.
when you look,
There's a temperature gauge look fucked up to me. You have to wait for the picture. I'm hiccuping too hard. I wanted to say it way earlier.
Well, this car,
hey, plug your nose, plug your ears, and swallow. Anyway, if you actually take the dash of it and you make it to a right-hand drive car,
oh yeah,
the-
I'm absolutely going to call out the Ford Lincoln Mercury designers on this one. They absolutely stole
well,
the dash and center console
during
design
this
from a
time
Mazda Cosmo.
when this car was being designed, it was when Ford and Mazda were still in cahoots with each other.
Actually, I think the Cosmo predates Ford's involvement with.
Well, yes, it does, but they were in cahoots with each other. They see this as the big two-door luxury, coupe of the thing. They went, hey, Mazda's, what?
What you're saying?
Yeah.
I'm
To
agreeing
this
with.
day,
Look at the temperature gauge.
That's running right in the middle. That's where they always ran.
yeah.
It
So
looks high to me.
no, that's
Yeah.
normal on
It's normal,
Ford.
really?
Fords
ran-
all do that.
And it ran right in the middle. I had one.
Oh, the hiccups.
So-
Ooh.
So
To
anyway,
this
Get some
day,
water.
there is no real marketable fix for that HID bulb
Nope.
problem.
You gotta
No, the only
replace
fix,
them.
the only
You
fix,
gotta
the only
either
fix,
get
the only
new
fix that came out was either hunt for them on eBay. They do
Dan,
still
go
pop
get
up from
water.
time to time on eBay. The other fix was Ford actually came up with a retrofit for those cars. Now here's the thing: the HIDs first appeared in 1996, which still had the really thin headlights. There is no retrofit for those other than the shitty halogen lights from the non-LSC cars.
Yeah.
97 and 98, all of them got the HID headlights. Go out, your option was find a used or new old stock bulb that was kicking around on eBay or some dealership
And
still
you
had
gotta
stuff.
pay a lot of money for
You're gonna
it.
pay a lot of money for it. Ford actually had a halogen retrofit for those cars, which was the headlights, deleted the ballast, and also came with a new SIL module to reprogram the car to accept the new headlights. those are long gone too. So basically now, if you get one of these cars and the HIDs aren't working, you're driving around with your high beams on.
Yep.
Unless you take the housing, cut it apart, and fit your own sort of low beam projector or something like that in there.
Or either do, a LED conversion, shit like that, which is gonna suck, but that's one of the options that you have.
Well, your best option at that point is, like he said, cut the housings open
and build your
put
own
projectors in it.
Yeah.
And build
to
your
make
own.
it work.
And
then you can run LEDs and be okay.
You can run an LED projector or an HID projector.
right.
You can use actually if you go with an HID, you can actually find an OEM low beam projector. Put it on there.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about those cars with the low beams, with the HID, because they were HID low beam and halogen high beams, because they don't, HIDs don't like to be, hot struck repeatedly. I mean, you have HIDs in your car. Yours have the
shutters.
The shutters. So the bulb's constantly on. It's just with the shutter. Well, on those, they didn't want to continually, kind of hot strike the low beams.
Hold on. Your car, you have the factory HIDs in it?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Mine's a
didn't know that.
GT California Special.
Well, not all CSs had
No.
HIDs.
That was
Howard's
an
doesn't.
option.
That was an option. HIDs were optional for my car.
Yeah.
Doesn't have them.
That was an option. It wasn't until
It was part
11.
basically. Now does yours have
It wasn't until
does yours have
13.
the LED interior light group?
Yes.
That's why.
My car doesn't have to see. That's literally mine being a premium. The only option, two options my car does not have
is the LED mood lighting and the HIDs.
The HIDs, LED moonlighting, and the Shaker 1000, which is somewhere from.
See, I didn't get the Shaker 1000.
But you got the.
But I got the HIDs and the mood lighting.
But it's one of those. That's why.
Those weren't standard. Those were options.
13 plus. Once they did also again after they did the S197 body boot and it wasn't until 13 and up you get factory. No matter what, complete base model on that you get the projector.
Well, I thought
now,
that was
11,
part of the premium package.
No, it's not.
No, then 11 and 12 you could get it, but it was like the one thing that Sabrina's car doesn't have. The only thing it doesn't have is
the HID lights.
Well, the HID lights and also the navigation system.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
See, I thought it was part of the premium package because I knew that to get the
It
California
was
Special, the only way you could get California Special was to get a premium package.
But those other options were tick on from the premium package.
Yeah. Because like I said, my car, it was an option for. Actually, there's another option in my car, 18-inch wheels.
Yeah.
That basically look like the 0304 Marauder wheels.
Yeah.
Was an option for that car.
The bright chrome ones.
Yeah, the bright chrome.
Yeah.
So anyway,
basically what comes on the California Special.
Yeah.
No.
Kind of like them.
No. They're actually completely different wheels. What comes on his car stock is the same wheel casting as the Bullet wheel. It's just chromed instead of painted.
Yeah.
But it's the same wheel casting.
No, mine weren't chrome. Mine were polished aluminum.
Okay, polished. Anyway, chrome looking polished aluminum. But
anyway, so can we get back to the car?
So anyway, so this thing is apparently it was one owner. It has 27,900 miles.
Dude, the hiccups won't. And I got heartburn. Making it
even. Gaviscon.
Anyway, I already have a price in mind, but I want to know more.
Call it 28.
I'm gonna go.
Oh shit! I have to cancel this one.
Why?
Because I noticed it just says bid 2 and it's not sold.
Well, fuck it. Well, let's guess what it bid to then.
Okay, because it didn't meet its reserve, so.
I am gonna say 14. 11.2.
Those are both high, 9,800.
It was bid to 7208, and I'm gonna guess the reserve was 10. And honestly, for these cars, even with the low miles, that is. I owned one of these cars. That's wildly optimistic.
It's not rare. It's not anything specifically special.
And that's the other thing. This particular car, it's not an LSC, and it's not a 98 collector edition, and it's not one of the collector edition. It's not a rare color. So I mean, literally, it's a run-of-the-mill car that's had some badges added to it.
Yeah,
it's not. On the plus side, though, the rear window moldings haven't turned into lasagna. The HIDs are working, but yeah, I mean, you can look at the wheels and stuff like that. It's not even like I said, an option wheel. That's the base wheel for those.
Yeah.
Sorry about all the noise.
No problem.
good.
So, hey, really quick, when we were talking about like the quick disconnects and stuff like that, when we were at Sebring, I noticed with that, just the way that those cars, like when they change, like just the one center lug, when they change the tires and all that, like that, those things will come in, and you're looking at it, and it's like the cars are able to come in, boom, you change the, like, everybody thinks, oh, NASCAR does. No, like, damn, this whole car, like, it instantly, as soon as it comes into the fucking pit, it's just instant air hit, air jacks up, boom, 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 with, doing the whole tire setup, plus adjusting shit and changing the driver and pulling it up. You got, 14 seconds, which is almost what a fucking NASCAR pit stop is, just by changing the fucking tires.
Right. No, watching what'll blow my mind is watching
F1.
the Formula One crews come in and do a four-tire change.
Sub 3 seconds.
Yeah.
When you got 4 tires plus, 8 gallons of gas going in there, and it says,
No, they don't do fuel.
Done. And it's like,
They don't do fuel.
No, they don't. There's no fuel stops in Formula.
Nope.
But
Whatever that car starts with is the amount of fuel it's got to finish the race.
But even still, you gotta think.
That's why that's why the lap times get faster and faster through the races, because
yeah,
fuel
lighter,
and
lighter.
Oh, and when they have a pit crew with everyone designated to do something I could imagine how it would go that smoothly.
Yeah.
It's not like you have 4 guys to do everything. You have a guy who just takes the wheels off, a guy who
bring
just
up
puts
the
them
email
on.
and save the picture I just sent.
Anyway,
I want to kind of go along with what Mike was just saying about tire changes at
Just
Sebring.
1 second, guys.
Oh,
Sorry.
1 second. I mean, it's still streaming.
And you dying?
yeah, I had to go pee, and then my heartburn started right in the middle of the hiccups. It just made
Bro,
everything 10
You
times.
have GERD.
Huh?
You have GERD.
Probably. I don't know what GERD is, but probably.
Gastroesophageal reflux disease. That's why you're getting the hiccups. You're getting heartburn, and it's causing your hiccups.
Oh.
There it is. Yeah. Download
I
that.
got you.
Download that picture.
I got prescription shit. at the
Download that
house.
picture and send it up to the group.
Oh, that's the fucking impact they use that goes over the big.
Send it up to what?
And just post it up on there. So this is what Mike was talking about with
Dude,
changing the center lug nut at Sebring.
I gotta get Aaron on the show when he's down in Florida again. My friend Aaron, who I've known since I was a kid, he's the one he's the pit pit crew chief. He was gonna come
But you can't. Okay.
because I asked him and he said he's like,
Oh,
you need me to load
hold
up
on.
truck and everything, and I said, yeah.
Hang tight, guys.
And he said, what date is it? And I told him, he's like, yes, but that's my daughter's birthday. He said, I can't. And I'm like, he said the next one though, he'll bring the truck and everything for sure.
You need to go see a doctor.
Probably.
Like, for real, dude.
Yeah, but you know what?
That's GERD.
I know, but you know what the most awesome thing is about adulting is I can't afford it.
No. Yeah.
Look at that fucking
That's
thing.
your
That thing
impact gun.
grips and rips. Look at that.
Yep.
Look at the carbon fiber nose on that.
Yeah, that was.
How much
that
do you
was
think that fucking thing costs?
a lot.
$12,000.
Yeah, so that was one of the impact guns from the that was from the BMW team.
Yeah, it was sitting there, and we asked them about it and all that, and yeah, that thing's fucking heavy. Didn't you lift it up, or
Yeah,
somebody
it's.
lifted it up?
I mean, it's
Because I think no, they
it's lightweight,
it's about that big.
but it's heavy on the
I
nose.
wonder if they use 1-inch drive, Chris.
What it
And
looks like.
It's
they
what
and
do.
they don't drive those things with an air compressor. They drive those things off of nitrogen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like,
Or
if you
CO2
look,
bomb.
that's one piece.
That looks like that looks like it's like a 1-inch probably.
Yeah,
that's a bad motherfucker
that basically
right there.
just slams onto that nut and just rings it right off.
I think probably makes more torque
That's
than
cool.
your fucking
Yeah.
Mustang does, to be 100%
Oh,
honest.
By a large margin.
Yeah, I
It
remember.
makes more torque than his Mustang does.
Yeah, and we I don't know. I think you probably have before, but if they had this impact, we had a 1-inch impact at WTI we called Big Bertha. Working that bitch.
The 1-inch impact at WTI barely worked. Now, the 1-inch impact we had at Tire Kingdom,
Was that? I know the 1-inch impact at WTI was a bad bitch, but
you picked it up like this and carried it over to the wheel and put it on the bolt and hit the trigger over here, and you held it with both hands and it shook you.
It's like when I did HVAC work with Megalugs, when the guy told me, he's like, we're gonna need my Megalug impact for this job we're doing today, and I'm like, what the fuck you mean Megalug impact? And he pulls out this fucking impact this big with a goddamn foregrip on it. And he said, it minimums at 680 foot-pounds of torque. And I was like, what? And using that thing, dude, you took on full power stance like you're mounting a fucking, like, machine gun. And if you stood still and hit it and didn't compensate for the torque, it'd probably literally flop you onto the ground. Like, the thing moved. It was...
My brother did that for a while. You know, like, when you see a big metal flange that's like 10 foot big, with
the nuts
all the way around it that are this big,
dude, that shit is nuts to do. That's the Megalugs.
So my brother worked with a company that made those tools, High Torque.
Okay. Oh yeah.
My brother actually worked for High Torque for a while. I even have a High Torque hat sitting at the house.
That was one of the ones I used. That impact was $10,000 for that impact.
I saw a thing for breaking nuts like that, and it's a gear reduction drive.
Yeah.
The gear reduction drive is like crazy. It's like 17 or 1800 to 1 gear reduction drive. So you can literally take a 3/8 drive ratchet, mount it to the lug nut you're trying to break, and then it braces onto another lug nut, and you stick a 3/8 drive ratchet and it'll literally just go. And you just barely.
Yeah.
But the torque it produces will break. It'll either break the nut loose or it'll wring the stud off.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, alright, guys. That was a great night.
Yep, I can't talk
dead.
anymore.
Dan's
One good beer, one shitty beer.
Followed up by a
internal
beer. You're welcome.
Infinite
I am
hiccups.
0 for 2 on the whole hibiscus beer thing, I guess.
And a slight fuck up on my part with the Cars and Bids car this time.
But it's
Closely. I was overcome by my love of the Mark 8s, the last real, true American two-door personal coupe that was out there.
But we'll catch you guys in a couple weeks. You know what we do? We're always here every couple weeks.
So, alright, guys. See you later. Have a good one.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.
But